Every single day, Vice President Kamala Harris puts out a new ad shredding Donald Trump that's like better than the last. Watch her latest. Play it.
I started my career as a prosecutor. I've only had one client, the people. Donald Trump is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
I don't care about you, I just want your vote.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay? And that's the kind of president we need right now. Someone who cares about you and is not putting themselves first. It's time to turn the page.
You saw that one right there, highlighted Vice President Kamala Harris as the prosecutor versus Donald Trump as the predator. In this next ad, again, a new one that she just released, she said, I remain focused on the American people while my opponent remains focused on himself. Play the clip.
The American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together.
People don't leave my rallies.
They know we have so much more in common than what separates us.
People don't go to her rallies.
And we can chart a new way forward.
We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics.
I intend to be a president for all Americans.
Here's a short that her team put out saying the tragedy is that we have someone who leads the Republican Party who wants to be president, who has consistently used race to divide the American people. The vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common than what separates us. Play this clip.
I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay.
I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people. You know, I do believe that the vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common than what separates us, and we don't want this kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide us, and especially by race. And let's remember how Donald Trump started. He was investigated because he refused to rent property to black families. Let's remember, this is the same individual who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of 5 young black and Latino boys who were innocent, the Central Park 5. This is the same individual who spread birther lies about the first black president of the United States. And I think the American people want better than that. Want better than this.
Here she further draws that contrast between herself and Donald Trump, says, look, we're two very different people. Play this clip.
As a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat?
And then they say, oh, he's a criminal.
We have so much more in common than what separates us, and I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation.
I have a plan to give startup businesses $50,000 tax deduction.
You still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan.
I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country.
We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies.
Let's turn the page on this.
Here she highlights the fact that Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade and brags about it. Play it.
I want to turn to the issue of abortion.
For 52 years, they've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it.
I have talked with women around our country. You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. She didn't want that. Her husband didn't want that. A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term. They don't want that. I think the American people believe that certain freedoms, in particular the freedom to make decisions about one's own body, should not be made by the government. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
By the way, here is Donald Trump bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade on Saturday. He said that everybody wanted this, and he was gloating that he was the one to overturn Roe v. Wade. You see it in his own words right there. On the other hand, Melania Trump put out an ad. Here's what she did. Play the clip.
I never imagined my privacy would be invaded by the government here in America. The FBI raided my home in Florida and searched through my personal belongings. This is not just my story. It serves as a warning to all Americans, a reminder that our freedom and rights must be respected.
What in the world is that? I got to give a hat tip to my friends at the Lincoln Project. They put out an incredible ad yesterday as well about JD Vance as the snake. Play this clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that Senator JD Vance has the overwhelming support of this convention to be the next Vice President of the United States.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake? On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake.
I can't stomach Trump. I think that he's noxious.
She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite.
Fellow Christians, everyone is watching us when we apologize for this man. Lord, help us.
I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why?
That he was fundamentally divisive, arrogant.
You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die.
He's leading our political discourse to a very negative place.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin.
Might be America's Hitler, might be a cynical a-hole.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
I have to tell you about this game-changing product I use before a night out with drinks. It's called pre-alcohol. Let's face it, after a night of drinks, I don't bounce back the next day like I used to. I used to feel like I had to make a choice. I could either have a great night or a great next day. But now, I don't have to choose, thanks to pre-alcohol. Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's actually this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your next rough day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme that breaks this byproduct down. Just remember to make Zbiotics your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Every time I have pre-alcohol before drinks, I notice a difference the next day. Even after a night out, I can confidently plan on getting up early for a workout or handling a busy work day without worry. I won't lie, I was a bit on the fence about pre-alcohol at first, but then while hanging out with some friends at a rooftop bar, I gave it a shot. I had my first pre-alcohol before my go-to margarita, and the next morning, I felt amazing, just like my normal self, ready to take on the day. I kept hearing about pre-alcohol and wondered what it was actually like. Now that I've tried it, I believe the hype, and with their GMO technology, Zbiotics is working on more products to address other toxic byproducts of modern living in the gut. Go to zbiotics.com/Midas to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use the code Midas at checkout. That's MEIDAS. Zbiotics is backed by a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/Midas and use that code Midas, MEIDAS at checkout for 15% off.
I like that Lincoln Project. I agree JD Vance is the snake, but we all know that Donald Trump is the real snake. This was the video we made at the MeidasTouch Network 4 years ago, Trump the Snake. Play this clip.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake?
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Well-documented and severe financial downturn in the past year.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
you are one.
All right.
And it's more than anger, it's hatred. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
Down the path, along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen steak.
You'll absolutely love Trump steaks.
More than 150 former students allege Trump University was a fraud.
Persistently illegal conduct at the president's charity.
Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman. Sigh the vicious.
Would you denounce what happened in 2016?
President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
He withheld the money, he withheld the meeting, he used it to coerce Ukraine to do these political investigations.
The American embassy in Baghdad under siege.
She stroked his pretty skin again and held him tight.
The Chinese government awarded Ivanka Trump's brand 7 new trademarks.
They're a pack of grifters. His campaign manager's got 2 condos, a Ferrari, a yacht. They're all just fleecing the campaign.
That snake gave her a vicious bite.
The coronavirus. This is their new hoax.
The U.S. now leading the world in deaths.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
This is a great success story.
I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die.
We want to terminate health care. And then I see the disinfectant.
Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
And we'll show you a little bit of the Lincoln Project and MeidasTouch. And again, I love the work they're doing there. Here's the Lincoln Project ad that they did recently about a girl being pulled over by the police for trying to get reproductive care in another state. Play the clip.
Driver's license, registration.
Here you go, sir. How's your day going?
That's your daughter?
Sure is.
Abigail, right?
How do you know her?
Were you about 8 weeks pregnant? So you've been spotting recently. You've had any cramps or nausea?
That's personal.
You been taking your prenatal vitamins?
Excuse me?
Are you ticketing me for something?
Where are you heading, Abigail?
To go see my older sister, Natalie.
Well, that's strange. This says here that Natalie's at a concert in Dallas. And your navigation is set to a women's health clinic in one of those abortion states.
We have the right to travel.
Not anymore. Step out of the car.
Please, officer.
Both of you out now. You, sir, are under arrest for crossing state lines to obtain an abortion for a minor under your care. And you, young lady, well, you're under arrest for evading motherhood.
And here's the Midas ad that we did 4 years ago. Play the clip.
Listen, everything's gonna be okay, right? Just let me do the talking, okay? Just
Evening, ladies. License, please. Where are you headed?
we're just out for a drive.
Headed to the border?
Oh, no. We were just going up to the...
Hey there. What's your name?
Grace?
Are you pregnant, Grace? Step out of the vehicle.
She does not have to.
Yes, she does.
No.
Show me your hands on the wheels, please. Grace, step out of the vehicle on the wheel.
It's okay.
Both are very powerful. There needs to be more ads like that out there, more shorts like that out there. Going back to Vice President Kamala Harris, she released 3 ads about Ukraine and her support of it while Donald Trump supports Putin. Here's the first one.
When Mongol warriors stormed Ukraine, Kiev's church bells rang a night warning. They rang again when Ukrainians rallied for democracy. Today, they're warning the world of Putin's threat to freedom. Yet Donald Trump embraces Putin.
I like Putin, he likes me.
He picked JD Vance.
I don't really care what happens to Ukraine.
But Kamala Harris cares. She knows standing up to Putin keeps America safe.
Here's the second one.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And when one man is enslaved, all are not free.
American presidents, Republican and Democrat, have always defied Russia's communist dictators and defended American ideals. Kamala Harris gets this.
If we stand by while an aggressor invades its neighbor with impunity, they will keep going.
Kamala Harris will stand up to Putin, protect our allies, and keep us safe.
Here's the third one.
Years ago, as invaders marched from the east, a Polish watchman blew his trumpet to warn his people. Today, freedom-loving Poles and Ukrainians are warning us of a new threat. Donald Trump encouraged Putin to attack our allies.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
But Kamala Harris has heard the trumpet call. She will defend our brave allies for their freedom and for ours.
Here's a great one from the Lincoln Project where they go vain, disgusting, cruel, unfit. Play the clip.
Old, weak.
Many don't feel he is fit.
Sick, tired.
Too old to serve.
Stammering, slurring.
He was ranting and raving.
Slipping, forgetting.
And the guy just kept getting confused.
Slow.
Panic has certainly set in.
You know which politician we're talking about, right? Oh, you thought it was about Joe Biden?
Venezuela, it's unbelievable.
Is he all right?
Let's think about some more words. Liar.
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is.
Criminal. Rapist.
I'm here because Donald Trump raped me.
Scammer.
I can say very clearly President Trump is a liar.
Con man. Gross. Vain.
I don't care about you, I just want your vote.
Cruel.
You are a rude, terrible person.
Disgusting. Creep. You know exactly who we're talking about.
You won't have to vote anymore.
Don't you?
And here's a funny one that they did called In Memoriam. Play the clip.
Vice President Harris was clearly well prepared, practiced on the offensive much of the night. Former President Trump did take a lot of the bait that she threw out.
She did so well, and Trump did so poorly that they want to do that all over again.
I can't get behind somebody who maybe I agree with certain policies on, but their character is atrocious and lacks complete leadership.
She conveyed the calm. She conveyed a preparation.
Vice President Harris clearly won the debate in terms of her delivery, her polish, and her preparation.
The moment of the debate, if there was one, I think, was when she baited him on the rallies.
People saw, oh, actually, she's an intelligent, capable person who has a point of view on issues, and she demonstrated that time and again.
She was composed, she was prepared, she kept her cool, she saw advantages, she took them.
Donald Trump looked old tonight.
Yeah. This is the difference between someone who's well prepared and someone who's unprepared. Whoever did debate prep for Donald Trump should be fired.
Truly a difficult night.
Tell me what you think about those all. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.